Hi everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon from any other part of the world or every part of the world. I've just got that in from by the way right now. But very excited. Welcome to the Bucket Podcast once again. Wherever you are, please share the link, subscribe, and always we need to remind you that on this table, this is a table where we discuss creativity and you get to know different personalities into the gospel industry. My name is Ian Lana, and definitely for today, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Let me first go to Laban.
Yeah.
The one and only UK256. What's up?
Say it. I'm okay, Ian.
You're doing good?
I'm all right.
I love your shirt. At least today you're not in white. But at least it has white and cream somewhere.
Yeah. I thank God for this time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a good time.
It's been a good time.
Yeah, but we want to welcome our viewers.
Yeah. all right.
Yeah, otherwise, I'm all right.
How was your week?
My week was good.
Anything special that happened?
Not really. Everything has been normal.
Everything was normal.
Yeah, but every day is a new day with new beginning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bless the Lord for that. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, for today, I don't know how to start, but yeah. Trying to get the grace.
Yeah.
To introduce this artist.
Download.
I've downloaded. Yeah, she's a former Power FM Presents icon or graduate. I don't know how they call them.
Icon would do.
Icon would do better.
Yeah.
Okay. Former Power FM Presents icon. Okay, no, but they have a word that you use. It's what you say.
Alumini. Or what is it?
Okay, let's go with icon.
Yeah.
Luzungu.
Yeah.
Former Power FM Presents icon, as a songwriter. By the way, she just graduated in music, I think, was it? No, she's going to tell us.
Yeah.
She's going to tell us. So, ladies and gentlemen, today in the house and in the building, we have one and only KaRungi. Hi. What's up, KaRungi? How are you doing?
I am okay. How are you?
Welcome to the Bucket Podcast.
Thank you.
You look good, eh? I know.
Very fresh.
You see, even Laban is feeling thirsty. He has to take a drink for that.
Yeah.
It's the grace of God. When I'm in this like side,
wasanga onga to deco and you all. How have you been?
I've been okay.
How is life?
Life is fine.
Who's KaRungi for the guys out there?
Who's KaRungi?
Yeah.
KaRungi is a Christian artist.
Yeah.
Who is so in love with God. I sing, I dance, I act. Basically, I'm a Christian performing artist.
You're everything that is with creativity.
Yes.
But they shows us some camera knowledge. She's a director in the making. Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also a writer. And let me see what else. Yeah, I recently graduated.
Wow, in what?
From African Institute of Music. Music.
Wow. By the way, guys, on our table today by the KaRungi, here there is a game. It's called Uno. Up to now, we are still finding out what Uno means in full, but
maybe she can give us a hint.
Have you tried Google? Google is your friend.
Uncle Google.
Uncle Google is your friend.
By the time I asked Google and he answered me in Lusoga, that's when I gave up. I gave up on that, but it's Uno. Uno is our time of the game. So when the game is done, the show is done. Not so, Laban.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. But let me ask KaRungi, if God came, all those things that you do, and he came and he told you, I want to give you all these things, just choose one. Songwriting, acting, singing, teaching. Because, I realized during the COVID season, she was a part-time training over in music, over in what, or she was an upcoming trainer over tutor. You call them who? Twitter. No, Twitter is.
Yeah, but it's
I'm imagining
Twitter.
hearing
What-
that is a
what-
music
what-
Twitter.
Okay.
It's a tutor.
Okay. Depends
Say-
with
say-
where. You
say
know, most
tutor.
of us don't blame us.
Where did you go
Some
to
of
school in your
us
nursery?
went to
Which nursery school did you go
first,
to?
first of all, I'm coming there. Some of us went to group of schools, and some went to polling stations.
So you went to polling stations.
No, for me, I went to a polling station. You know, polling station is when
Could
after
you, do,
5
do you
years.
have do you have your English teacher's number?
No.
I just pray he
You
doesn't
could-
watch
you
this
could-
podcast because if he
you
does,
could call him or her and
I was
ask him
I
back
was
for
actually
some
the
money.
best. I was actually the best student in English.
No,
So
I
you
wonder
can-
the worst one.
have you checked on your OBs and your OGs?
I haven't, but I can assure you, I was the best.
Oh, yeah, we have not refused. And
It's
congratulations.
okay.
But have you checked on your OBs and OGs where they are? Because if you're the best one, you're here still struggling. Then I think for them, they just gave up upon life.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, KaRungi, we had asked, out of everything you do, if God came and told you, KaRungi, choose one, you have liberty to choose one, which one would that be?
That's a tough one. First of all, out of all I can do, I think I sing best.
So would
But
you
then,
choose that?
after the, like,
The
in
singing.
all,
Yeah.
I think, okay, before, like, if you had asked me 1 year ago what I love most,
Yeah.
I'd say dance.
Yeah, by the way,
She's also a dancer.
yeah.
But at the moment,
Yeah. At the moment. if
I
they
love
ask you.
acting.
So God comes and says, okay, now, which one? Would you tell him, God, first rotate? Wait all of them.
Hey, I'll tell him. Unless he's asking me which one I want to be more successful in, I'd probably say filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to venture into filmmaking and
Wow.
screenwriting specifically. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. But anyway, Laban, today you start. Hey, you guys are who started?
I've
It's you who started.
Hey, so it's
But it is him who started.
yeah. So you go next. So I see whom I'm going to find.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Will you be fined? Yeah. So okay, you know, some of us have seen KaRungi. Some of us have gotten the opportunity to know KaRungi, but there could be someone out there who would like to know who's KaRungi. Like, okay, we know KaRungi as per the description of her career, but now I want to know KaRungi as per where she comes from, where she was born. Yeah, in that angle.
Well, I was born in Mengo Hospital. Yeah, but I have been raised by my mother, my grandmother,
Yeah.
and I have been raised by, you know that saying, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
So it's basically been raised by my mother's village.
So you're one of those people where, you know, your uncle can beat you if they found you on the way doing something wrong. Your
Exactly.
auntie, your
You're a
cousin.
kid
your-
of everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So I have basically been raised by my mother's village. Is an uncle of mine that just recently passed away.
Wow.
He was like a father to me. And then there's an auntie, because he followed my mom. And then there's another auntie of mine who is my grandmother's last born. She's also raised me practically. We've grown up like sisters, but she has, you know, raised me. She was, I think, she was the toughest person in the house. Wherever my grandmom would be like, you know, grandmothers.
Yeah, true.
Whenever my grandmother would come up, she'd be like, no, this and this and this and this and that. Hey, you're not going here, you're not doing this, you're grounded, you're this and that and that. And then, but basically I've been raised by my mother's village. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, on the other side, after being raised by your mother and you grow up, born in Mengo Hospital, but would like to know which part of the country does KaRungi come from. Laban, would you love to know?
Yes, I would. Yes.
Okay,
And which tribe is KaRungi?
If we are to follow customs,
Yeah.
I am a Muganda.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, why am I saying? I am a half caste. Let's say I'm a half caste. Well, my dad is basically a Muganda. That's why I said by custom I am a Muganda. But then I've been raised by my mother, who is a Munyoro.
Yeah.
That's why I say I am half caste.
But
I feel like I am more attached to the Munyoro culture.
Yeah.
Yes, which is my granddad had a house in Moyenga before he passed on. So that's basic. Moyenga and Sambia, that's basically where I thought
so
my
your dad
village
was like my neighbor. But don't feel the chimango. I know you're feeling bad. But you can also shift.
problem.
Yeah, but then our village is in PG.
PG.
Yes, Kamunye in PG. And then my mother's side, where I've basically gone, I can take myself there. I can, that's Hoima in Paro.
Wow. Yes, Laban. Who's playing, guys?
It's you.
I played. I think it's KaRungi.
You
Yes,
played the
Laban.
KaRungi, maybe just to know a little bit. Now you're in the village, and that is where you went for your schooling.
No, I did not go to the village for my schooling.
Okay.
I
Did
went-
you
I
study
went-
from the village, or you just...
I am a city girl.
The way she,
Man,
I can see.
I am a
can tell you
city girl.
Okay.
No offense to village
So which-
people. no offense to people that went to polling stations.
Yes, you see, some we are village. I'm a village boy.
Yes, village
And
boy.
to be honest, I went to a town. Being in town, I was already an adult.
Like how old?
I was actually, I think, 20.
Bro.
Yes.
Bro.
And
How
I can
old are
tell
you
you,
now?
I'm not young, I'm not old.
Yeah.
Here.
Now,
Age is just a number. But I can tell you, I was caught by culture shock being in town. So I really salute those people who grew up in town.
yeah, please salute us.
Yeah.
I actually also salute people who grew up in that village, because there are things they can do that I can't.
Of course. Like lighting fire. Can you light the fire from scratch?
That one I can.
Yeah.
That one I can. But I mean, you find someone and they'll identify a tree by just looking at it.
Yeah.
They'll be like, this is a lemon tree. There are no fruits there. Like, this is a lemon tree.
And even
This
they tell you
is
which kind of lemon.
Yes, which kind of lemon. This is a banana tree, but not these normal bananas.
Yeah.
There are other bananas that are like this and like this, which I cannot. I remember the first time I ever did anything close to gardening. They told me to go and pick dodo from a garden nearby.
Yeah. What's dodo in English?
I don't know.
Okay, we go with the
Greens.
greens.
Let's go with greens. So I go and I think I picked the wrong ones. So my mom was like, "What are you doing? You're spoiling our food. Why don't you be like this one?" I had gone to a cousin of mine who had grown up in the village. Why don't you be like her? What?
Hope you didn't
And
bring
then in
the
my head I'm like,
Yeah.
and then in my head I'm like, but dude, where have I found these things? So she usually tells people this story, and she tells them to not assume everyone knows everything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So
Well,
like I was saying, I admire people that grew up in the village.
Yeah.
They are more grounded, actually.
Yeah, we can give you some tutorials. So anyway, so where did you go for your O levels?
Like school.
My
Like-
O level.
where did you start school from? It's a long story.
I think I've been to like 15 or 10 schools.
What? 15 or 10 schools? Like 15
10 to
schools?
15
Mama.
schools. And if it weren't that I had registered for my S6,
You were to shift.
I think they were going to change me. And then I think in Royal College is where I had, actually there was this teacher that even vibed me at this school. I never had anyone even vibe me before. I was like,
So we go back to KaRungi. Who was playing, by the way?
I think it's
Hey,
you.
Laban had
Laban
asked.
played.
No.
Which color did you ask? Which color do you want?
Green.
Green.
We go.
Yes, KaRungi, so you're still telling us?
Yeah, it was the very first time I had anyone ever vibe me at all. And here's this.
You mean in St. Lawrence and all those schools we are in, people were not vibing you because you're a village. You mean even in St. Lawrence, no one like...
Man,
Even
sorry.
you. Imagine someone from such a school comes to your school. Man. You'd want to be this guy. Eh?
Yeah, it would be like to be those guys. Let
The
me show you
kingpin.
guys. Let me show you that it's
My
me.
league. I don't play here.
But dude, this was a
Yeah.
teacher.
Mm.
So
We won't ask for the name of the teacher.
I don't want to bring problems.
Yeah.
So that happened. I went. At this time, I was very close with my mom.
Yeah.
I've always been very close with my mom. So I went home. We joked about it. She laughed at me and all that. So from there, we moved from Machindia to Salama Road. Yeah.
So there you're still at Machindia
Royal College, yeah.
Royal College, yeah.
Yes. So we moved from Machindia to Salama Road. And then that's the time where transport wasn't really adding up.
Yeah.
And then, 1,000 shillings, 500 going, 500 coming back.
Yeah, true.
It wasn't just like we couldn't afford it at the time. So I go to Princess Diana High School.
Yeah.
So as I'm at Princess Diana, things started getting better for my mom. So she there was this group she was a part of, this organization, I think it's called You Will, Ghana Women Entrepreneurship something.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just go with
So
you will.
Yeah, so they took, she was among the people that were selected to go to Scotland. So they take her to Scotland because the very first time she was traveling very far away.
Yeah.
Like she would travel to Nairobi here and there. For
And you used...
Yes. And then, so she went to Scotland and things started working out well. Then she came back. After coming back, she traveled to the States. So in the States is where so this one morning, I am getting ready to go to school, Princess Diana. And then my parents,
So wait, so when you went to Salama Road, you went to Princess Diana.
Yes.
So you left Machindia Royal College.
Yes.
Yes.
So this one morning, I'm getting ready to go to school. My parents like, yeah, your mom wants to talk to you. So I get the phone. She's like, hello, Sheila. I'm getting married on Friday.
Wow.
Wow.
She had left and she was like, I'm just going to spend a month there, then I'll come back. And then she's telling me now she's getting married. I'm like, wow, okay.
Must have caught you in a shock.
Yes.
So it took, your mom went like for a month, and then that's when she gave you a call, she's getting married on Friday, or she went for some few days.
She had gone, I think, for like a month.
Wow.
So she gets married, and then when she comes back, I remember I didn't know the day she had come back, or she was coming back. So all this shifting of schools, I didn't have all the notes. And man, copying notes, you can copy and copy and copy. And nebigana.
Yeah.
So at school they start checking for notes. When they check for notes, I don't have notes. We are made to sit in the quadrangle to copy the notes for like 2 days, no classes.
I can relate. Man. But of course, the village boy cannot relate.
Naenga notes the zigwayo.
Ngokopa. I know.
Zigwayo. And then this one time there was this head teacher, deputy head teacher, who called me out of the blue. He was punishing some child. And then I'm passing by. He calls me. He's like, "Did you copy all the notes? What? He puts me down, gives me 15 canes. Gives me 15 canes. After the canes, the matron comes. Like, this girl, she hasn't finished the notes. What? Naina yongereza ke bibi. She's like,
wow.
I'm giving her what? I'm giving her suspension. She needs to go back home and come back with these books.
Yeah.
So the books they sent me for textbooks. They were working on their library. So they sent me a textbook for A level and a textbook for art. I did do art. I wasn't doing art.
So, but they were sending you for textbooks. So they wanted to fill their library.
Yes. So they sent me home. Going home, my grandma was not home. She was at the workshop. So I traveled to the workshop. And who do I find there? My mom is there and she's back. So I show her the letter and explain to her what happened. She's like, get into the car.
So you didn't know that mom was back home?
Yeah, I didn't know. Yes, I didn't know she was back. Get into the car. Entered the car. Drove to school. I think the deputy wasn't there. We went to the reception, the school reception, and my mom was asking for like someone to see. And the doses come. They're like, can't do anything unless she buys those books. And then what?
Yeah, I know.
And she's like, I need to see someone. So she's like, they send us to the director. She goes to the director. She's like, Sheila, let's move out. They spent, I think, over an hour talking. I don't know what they were talking about. After, she does what? She was like, come, get into the car, go home. She's like, I am not going to buy these books. I am not going to buy these books. As a matter of my principles, I am not buying these books.
Yeah.
We entered the car, we went home. After the week of suspension, I go back to school. So when I go back to school, everyone has heard of the news about how my mom came and did what, all these things.
Did she cane you?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then some of the teachers also become a bit, they became a bit hard on me. What those things. So, but I think this deputy teacher had an issue with me.
Yeah.
So we do mock exams. This was S4.
Was she a lady or a guy?
It was a guy. So we do mock exams, and the results come out. So they were going to register. We hadn't registered yet. So they're going to register whoever has passed the pass mark.
Yeah.
If you have not passed the pass mark, you are not going to register from here. So this time I was with a cousin of mine in this school. She's called Martha. And then she didn't pass the pass mark. So then me and some two friends of mine, they were like, these ones are on probation. We had passed, the three of us. Like, these ones, they're on probation. That's the deputy head teacher. These ones, they're on probation, what. So I'm like, okay. I get my phone, I call my mom. I actually called my grandmom. The guy was like, hey, okay. So she talks to my mom, I think. And then after a while, I call them back. Meanwhile, people are registering. First, we are not allowed to register apparently because we're
on probation.
Yes, and time is, running out.
Yeah.
So the next time I think I called my grandmom, my mom was like, pack your things, we are coming for you. Because it did make sense to wait. You don't know whether you're going to register you or not. And then other schools are also registering and they're closing registration.
That's for Form 4?
Yes, Form 4. So my grandmom comes for me, and then we pack our things, me and my cousin. We put them in the car. Then
So even your cousin was on probation?
no, my cousin had not passed. She had not passed. So we get ready to leave. And then the boss is like, they're not going to give me my P7 pass slip because, I passed the first part and I'm going to register what, those things. Like, my grandmom is like, no, you guys told her she's on probation. You guys, so we need the pass slip. They first had an argument there, then they gave us a pass slip eventually. So we went, and then after a while, my mom had got me a place at Muyenga High School. So I went to Muyenga High School and registered there and did my S4 there.
Yeah, you took the English to Muyenga. They're like, this one, please give her to. We don't want to know the history. We don't want to know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I registered at Muyenga and I passed my S4. So for S5 and S6, I do not know what came over my mother. I had my list of schools. I had, St. Lawrence. I had what other schools? Those big schools.
Yeah, sure. Budo, St.
Yes,
Mary's, Chitende, wow.
Yes, even St. Mary's. What? She's like, you're going to Mandela. It says in Hoima.
Please, some hand claps for the mom. Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you feel?
I was like, at least let me go back to Muyenga High. I don't mind staying there. She's like, no. You're coming in and out of home? No. Because in my S4, home was near Muyenga, so I would get a bus to go home. Get a bus. She's like, no.
She's trying to take you far away. Where?
Yes,
so
like
you
could just stay in school and So yeah, that's how I find myself studying at a polling station.
So finally, you guys have.
So finally, you had a taste of what.
But Mandela was, I think, one of the biggest schools.
Is it still in existence?
Yes, it's still one of the biggest schools in Hoima.
Wow.
Mandela is Hoima. So I go to Mandela and I am the Munakampala.
Yeah, you are the town girl. You are the Shizo Manizo Bizizo.
You're the talk of everyone.
Yo.
Yeah.
Wow. We go to Mandela, and first of all they see my mom. I didn't go with my mom at first. At first I went with my auntie, Liz, that took me. So we go, they take me to the dormitory and pack my things there and stuff.
Yeah.
So what I did, I know Renero very well, extremely well.
Yeah.
But all my 2 years there,
you didn't speak any word.
No one knew I knew Renero.
You're in what's up? My name is KaRungi. Yeah.
No, I wasn't out of showing off. I don't know. I just.
Or because of experience. You've been in town. So.
And which school did you come from?
They're like,
before you're here?
Muyenga High.
Muyenga High.
Muyenga. Just the name Muyenga High.
And you're like, I wish these people can know where what is Muyenga?
No, most people, by the way, when they hear just the word Muyenga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, so whenever I'll be like, Muyenga High.
Yeah. But, in all that, maybe I would like to ask, because I'm sure even someone who's watching this would love to know, where is dad in all this? Like, because we had mom.
Yeah.
True.
Where is the dad in all this hustle? Like,
well, my dad wasn't doing well. Also, I think financially. But he would come in once in a while and visit me at school, like in my boarding schools.
Yeah.
He'd come. I remember he came to Princess Diana once. He came to Muyenga High School once. Then even in Hoima, actually, he traveled and came to see me in Hoima. And he brought me a success card in Hoima. And yeah, he would come in. Actually, even at St. Lawrence, he once came there. So he would come in.
So that means your relationship was on and off.
Yeah, it wasn't. didn't have the strongest bond. I don't think we have the strongest bond even now. But it was, he would try.
He would try to
Yeah.
take a bonge cow.
Yeah, but it actually means a lot because some people never hear at all from their dads. Or
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yes. But it meant a lot to like the time he came to Hoima, it actually meant a lot. I was like, hey, because they called me out of the blue. They're like, hey, your dad is here. I was like, Chisoboka. So to go out and he was actually there. So yeah, that's he would once in a while.
Wow. So first, who's playing?
You.
I did pick, so I think it was KaRungi going next. But KaRungi, as you pick, fast forward, how do you get to accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, and how was the journey to that point?
Initially, I would be one of those children that would say, I was born a Christian, like no choice at all. My grandmother, Christian, so everyone that lives in her house is Christian.
Yeah.
And a number of times I went to when my grandma was still praying from Namirembe Christian Fellowship, and my mom was praying from Liberty Worship Center. My mom was actually in choir there.
Your mom?
Yes.
Wow. So the music is in the family.
It's in the DNA.
Yes.
I think the grandmother was also worship leader.
She must have been in that choir.
So at Namirembe Christian Fellowship, I remember a number of times, saying yes to the altar call and receiving Christ as my personal Savior. But the moment where I actually where I took the journey was, I think, in my S6 VAC. S6 VAC. Because before, I was in church, I would be in church the whole time and everything, but I don't think I knew what it meant to actually be a Christian. I would, follow whatever they say, read the Bible and everything, but personally, I don't think I had created that relationship
rapport
with
personal encounter.
Yes, with God. I remember my very first personal encounter with God was a time I was in Gawa Community Church. We had campus night, and I had been that girl with a voice who sings and and everything, and I had been in the worship team for like I think a year or two. A year. So this time we have campus night and everything is, we have the outfits, we look good, everything is on point, the songs are set. And this friend of mine didn't appear and she was supposed to lead the song. So I'm like, I'll do the song. I knew the song. I had, listened to the song.
Do you still remember the song?
Yeah, it's Alive by Hillsong. You are alive in us, take your place.
Yeah.
So the time reaches for going up there. They play the intro once. They play it twice. They play it thrice. I'm like, how does this song start? How does this song start? They put the lyrics up. They literally put the lyrics up there.
Yeah, for you to see, but you don't know where to start from.
Yes,
But you're seeing blood letters.
I could literally see the what?
The letters.
Sorry, I could literally see the words, the lyrics. But it was like I was frozen for a moment.
Wow.
And I had been so hyped for this. I had friends that had come also for the campus night. I was there to show off. Until God showed off.
Told you, madam.
Don't take my light. Don't take my light.
We can share the podium.
Yeah.
So we did. Someone actually came in and just started the song, and then I eventually started singing the song after they had taken over to, I felt so bad. I felt like I had, when they pour cold iced water on you. I felt so angry. So after because usually what we do, we have the praise set, the up tempo, upbeat set, and then there's a hype session. Then after come back for the worship and slow set. So after the upbeat set, we go and sit down, and I was crying. I remember tears rolling down my eyes. And my head I was asking God, why? Like, why did this have to happen? Like, how I was angry, I was ashamed, I was, all these things. And then we are called back up. We're called back up to do a worship set. And I was doing the song New Wine. I sing. I come to this point where, like, when I trust you, I don't need to understand. Make me understand. That is a point I felt like everything I'd been doing for myself and not for God. I was the very first time, like I felt like God was telling me these words. Yeah. Like when you trust me, you don't need to understand. Like at that point, I started to like look back at everything I'd been doing, everything I thought I was doing as worship and everything. It was more of like I was not worshiping, I was singing. I was not ministering. I was just doing it for the limelight, for people to see me, and yet it's supposed to be all about God. So I think that's the first time I had that encounter with God, and it changed ever since then.
Wow. Yes, Laban. That's deep.
That's deep. That's deep. But just to remind our viewers, please remember to subscribe and hit that button. Leave us a comment. Today we are chilling on with Sheila KaRungi. And she's an artist. If you want to, she has given us a bit of what she can do. But if you want to enjoy and know who KaRungi is, go to YouTube, look for Sheila KaRungi. She has a very, very beautiful voice. Now, KaRungi, I've listened to your story, and I must say it's very inspiring to see that you went through all what you went through, and I never heard of somewhere you say, I almost gave up. I did not hear you say that. I must say, you must be a very strong person. So looking back to what you went through, and now coming to creative industry, does it play any part do you look at it as inspiration to doing, or a motivation where you get this vibe, or you get the energy to do something different?
I think everything I've gone through, or everything me and my family have been through, is really an inspiration. Like I am glad I went through what I went through, because I can inspire people out there that are going through what we went through back then. Everything I went through kind of brought me to a place where one of my biggest dreams is I want to start up a center here, performing arts center, where children or kids or youth can call it like a home, or can call it can come and hang around and grow their talents. Because growing up there was no I don't remember knowing any music school around, and I don't think I remember Pastor remembered to take me to a music school, but she could not afford it. So I want to make it affordable to even those people that can't. Those who want to sing, those who want to dance, or those who want to act.
Wow.
And what's the thing? Yes. What I went through also has inspired most of the music I do. Like, let's say Beautiful. I am the only child of my mother, and I kind of grew up like lonely in a way, alone and lonely in a way. Whereby you feel like you don't belong. I go to my dad's side, and I really don't belong, because I've not grown up with these people. There's no bond, there's no connection. You don't have, let's say, that one cousin who you will, hey, what's up? And then you go to my mom's side, everyone is either too old for me or too young for me. So you're in that.
You're in that. You're in the
or the
people,
yes, or the people that are in your age are boys, and they're playing their their games. They're playing wrestling. They're playing what? They're playing all these other games, and you can't really. So one of the songs, Beautiful, was really inspired by everything I went through. I remember in my primary school in Nakasero. I probably shouldn't have said the school. But yeah, there was this teacher. There was this teacher who was a female. I remember I came to school one day. I had not washed my uniform, and I was staying with my grandmom at the time. So I go to school and my uniform is dirty. I've come late. I've reached late because I remember I would go from home, get a taxi from home to the park. Then from the park, I would either walk to school, and if I was lucky and I'd been given some transport, I'd get like a taxi or a boarder to school from the park. So I was late, and then I come to knock on the class, and this one was like, "You're just reaching at this time. At first, look at you. Who do you stay with?" Like, I stay with my grandma. You're the kids that are left for their grandparents. That thing hit me deeply.
Yeah.
Of course, I knew my mom was working and everything, but then I didn't have an explanation as to why I wasn't staying with my parents in the first place. It hit me deep that I kind of like got into this shell.
Yeah.
Everyone would be working. My grandmom would be working. My mom would be working. Liz would be at school. So I'd end up in some way being alone. And then each time I would want to let's say there's something that has happened, I want to tell my grandmom or someone, they're too tired or they're what.
Yeah, they don't.
So it kind of pushes you in a shell where you're like, you're on your own on this one. Like, celebrate on your own, do this on your own, and like I couldn't even open up to people. Yeah. So the song "Beautiful" kind of comes up from all these experiences I had in school, being bullied at some point by even the teachers themselves. Yes. Because in primary I was bullied by a teacher. In secondary, the deputy teacher was basically bullying me at some point. Then also in my S6, being bullied at some point. So all these songs, all these things created insecurities here and there. And they helped me come up with this very beautiful song that people out there relate to. And the song that is ministering to people out there.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, amazing. But who's playing? You have one card.
Yeah.
First key of give. Yeah.
I already said Uno.
No, you didn't.
I said Uno.
When?
I don't know, you guys.
Anyway, fast forward. I want to understand, when do you go professionally, like to music? When do you decide, number one, that you want to do music? And number two, when do you decide that you want to do gospel music?
Okay. In my S2, I was at St. Lawrence. And then I'm there, yimbia. And this girl is like, girl, you know you can sing.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And then we go for bull roasting at London College, and some chick comes and sings so well. She sang Diamonds by, I think, Rihanna.
You also used to do bull roasting.
Yeah.
I used to do bull roasting at school. Yeah.
So this chick sang so well. I'm like, this girl is good. And then my friend is like, go up there and sing. I'm like, I'm not going. She's like, go up there and sing. Like, no, I'm not going. She's like, if you do not go, don't talk to me. Forget I exist. I'm like, So I get up and go. I was shaking. So I sing. All the campuses are there. Paris Palais, London College, Horizon, Crown City.
Yeah.
Hey. I go there and sing. and people actually cheer me. Like, okay,
Wow.
can do something. We can do this.
Mm.
So that's when I actually first knew I could, sing besides. So I keep pestering my mom to take me to music school. She's like, no, maybe next year. And then S4, I'm like, you know what? Take me to music school.
Yeah.
Let me stop here, just branch off. She's like, no, that would be good. Go into S6. Try S6. So I gave up my hopes of doing music. So after my S6, I tell her, I give her my options: law, tourism.
Yeah.
She's like, no.
Teaching.
She's like, no, you've always wanted to do music. Let's go, you do music. So she actually texts me too. That's when we start looking for
the music school.
Yes, and then we find African Institute of Music.
Yeah.
So in 2019, my dad did this show. And he named it Unveiling KaRungi. So I was very excited. I was like, something I'm actually going to do with my dad, spending some more time with him and all this and that.
Yeah.
So we do rehearsals, we do the concert, and at this point I wasn't sure if I wanted to do gospel music or not. I actually didn't want to do gospel music, but then my grandmom would be like, songs about, like, you need to do songs about God, you need to, So in my head I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? I can't do, I am staying in my grandmother's house. So you can't do music that's not gospel. So we do that show. We do that show and I do some of the songs that are gospel, some that are not.
Internal closing.
But then after a while we do Kalulu with Smart Kids.
Yes.
And I was like, when we did Kalulu, I was like, this is one of the songs that's going to
just be there. Me and my family listen to it, and then it goes, yeah.
Friends and stuff.
Mm.
And then
Internal closing.
Mm.
I didn't know very many
Yeah.
Christian artists.
Yeah.
Except for Lefikson.
Pastor Wilson Bugembe, Judith Babidie.
Yeah.
All right, so you made Smart Kids, you do Kalulu, then.
I think the song is going to. I'd done some projects, but they had stopped there.
Yeah.
So.
The only artists you knew were Judith Babidie, Bugembe, so.
Kopi Blai, who else? I knew Kopi Blai because we used to, Zabuli Durain, because we used to dance to their songs in church. Yeah. So.
Who's praying? Me?
I think it's you.
It's
yeah.
you. So.
Which color do you want?
Green.
Yes. As you give me blue. Yes. So
Uno.
Yeah.
So we do the song, and then after a while I get called. We had your song on radio. I had your song on radio. I had your song on radio. Like, okay. So then we hear it, and then Smart Kids like, we need to do the video, and then we do the video. It comes out. People are like, oh my God, it was on Trace. It was on this. It was on this. I was like, I think that's the point where I was like, this could actually be a thing. Let's try out something. Smart Kids calls me into studio and asks me to do a song of my own. So we go and do Jesus. And Jesus was written in 2020. After everything we had gone through that year.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the schools, the work, staying home, having to stay home, my Lord. Being locked up in that house. Yeah, so we did Jesus. And I think it was after doing Jesus that I actually decided I wanted to do gospel music. Yeah, I was like, here we go. But it's not really easy to decide to do gospel music. From time and time, I still have doubts, and I still have issues where I'm like, maybe I should, But it's at that point that God shows me something. Like he gives me a ray of hope or a ray of light that shows me that gospel music is where I'm supposed to be. Like, I don't think it's ever going to stop because, man, the devil works 24/7. The devil works 24/7.
Yeah.
But I love the way God makes me or has put a shield around me, whereby whenever I think about, whenever even these other offers come in, I remember there's one of those, some famous person comes to me and they're like, I'm going to start promoting you, I'm going to do this, like you're going to go big. But I need you to not do gospel music. I need you to start to think about secular music.
Yeah.
God has a way of, showing me my way back, even when I go astray. And that is one thing I am really thankful for. So, yeah, each and every day I decide. The way I decide to be Christian, the way I decide to follow Christ, I decide to do gospel music each and every day. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. It's human, I should say, for us to have doubt. It's human for us to have questions, all right? But again, when it comes to spiritual, as the Bible tells us, which even if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, that small faith you have, it's what God rides on to make things bigger and to make sure that you still can conquer and become who he has purposed for you to be. So the devil sometimes, he says, all of us get those questions where you ask yourself, man, am I doing the right thing? Will I succeed in this? Am I really this gospel thing? Because it not only happens to KaRungi, I'm sure the other creatives or gospel artists or, not even only musicians, even ministers in church, you could be on camera and you'd be like, yeah. I'm in church, I'm on camera, and you're hearing people having gigs there and they're making a lot of money. So all of us in all our own parts or where God has put us to serve him in our lines. Laban, haven't you had any questions in your life where you feel like, man, I should leave this thing and go and
a lot of time. I don't
and there's a way you try to beautify it in your head. You're like, God called us for people outside.
They also need to be preached to and all that. But now, fast forward, KaRungi. You have all those questions and you've told us how you've overcome them. But then we want to know somebody out there would love to, embrace, ever since you decided to take this journey of being an artist and a gospel artist, what things have improved in your faith? What things do you check in yourself and be like, okay, if it wasn't for this line I'd taken, chamazima. Yes.
Like I said, I have gotten so many offers. People keep coming to me and they tell me, man, what you're saying here?
Yeah.
And I've been given, I have seen people get big money, people get words away from, the gospel industry and all. But I feel like God placed my grandmother where she is for a reason. I would give her the biggest attribute because each time I think about that woman, I'm like, Nedda. Like, I think mukama ya muntega na gambono. Yageno better,
she has been always your springboard that you fall on and you go up.
Yes. Like, whenever I think about doing something else besides from gospel, I'm like, there's that one person, my grandmother. If anything, if she heard about me doing this, if she heard about me doing that, if I hadn't chosen this side, I don't think I would have even a place to stay.
So that means,
first of all,
what I'm hearing you say is being accountable. You have somebody you're accountable to.
Yes. Yes.
I think all of us, everyone, for you to grow, you need to have somebody whom you are accountable to, whom you know that man. When Peter, Like me, I remember that time I used to have my auntie who I grew up with, and there are some things you could not even think about. Not even you don't even allow it to come into you, or you don't allow it to cross your mind, because you know it is literally very impossible. You either think about it or you die. So I understand when you say that, because all of us, we need people who are accountable in our lives, because when you don't have people you're accountable to, or people whom you think about whenever you're going to make a particular decision, then I think you need to question yourself again, because we live in this world. We are not for this world, okay? Though we live in this world. So when you live in this world has got its own forces, which we have no control over, because we found them and they'll still be there, and even those who will come will still be there. But there are things that we can overcome if we have these forces. You know, always one of our heads here, people like Ori, says, if you don't learn from other people's mistakes, then you're a fool. Because sometimes God shows you a mistake that the other person has done for you to learn and make sure that you don't also fall into the same ditch. So sometimes the people we are accountable to, they have seen these things. Yeah. You know, they have seen us, they have fallen, or they have seen those who have fallen in the same ditch. So every time they see you marching away, they may correct you in a harsh way, but still with love. But they're trying to show you that, you know what, if you take this journey, you will literally lose it. But if you take this journey, you will make it. But anyway, as we get to the close, KaRungi, you know, you've come in here, we've seen Beautiful, and we have also listened to Beautiful. We've had Munda, and, you know, a song that has blessed many, and it has been a surprise to many. But there is a big difference between Beautiful and Munda. Why that difference?
Honestly, I don't know. First of all, I was trying to do something different. Like, I was trying to explore what I could do vocally. But then also, I feel like, first of all, Beautiful is deeper than Munda. Munda is more of a, and this is something people are not really willing to. Most artists are not willing to admit. But Munda is sort of like a kind of a, like, you know, feel good song, happy vibes kind of song. And I didn't really take so much time or didn't put so much thinking to Munda. Even when it came out, I was like, people are going to like, you know, let's do this, let's do that. And for Beautiful, it kind of came from a very deep place. It came from a place of insecurity, a place of surrender, whereby I'm like, you know what? I'm going to choose to believe what you say. Like, I'm done trying to show other people who I can be, or show other people that I am not this, or show other people that I am this.
Literally, you're tired of impressing people.
Yes.
So they can accept you.
Yes. I think that's the difference.
Wow. Guys, we're still at the Bucket Podcast, and please feel free to share, comment, and subscribe. And today we have, she's a writer, actor, I thought it was a producer, but dancer in the house. And man, I believe these are kind of stories that we hear, and we make second decisions into our lives. That's number one. Or two, those of us who have not yet made decisions, we're able to make the right decisions. So please don't sit on this podcast alone. Make sure that your neighbor also gets to know and hear this story, because it's a beautiful story. Me in here, and I think also for Laban, we've really been inspired. We've really picked out something, and that's why we have this, because we believe all of us, we have a story to tell out there, and that story can change one person
Internal
or
closing.
two. And when those people are changed, trust me, because they say change starts with one person.
Yeah.
So when one person changes, the other person changes. Yes, I love it.
Yes, I think from what you have said is that, it's more about affirmation. You know, there are so many people that are waiting affirmation from people outside there. And to back up what KaRungi said about the song "Beautiful," she's talking to this lady, this beautiful young woman, and she's telling her, you can do this. Yeah, you are equal to the task. And I think that is the most important thing. You become greater in your mind first before you become greater on stage. And I think that is something that we need to understand before anyone affirms you. First affirm yourself. Go to the mirror and look yourself there. Say, I am the best there was, the best there is, and the best there will ever be. And I think your story has touched me a lot, and it's about you. Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? Are you going to be to compromise with the circumstances? Are you going to say, oh, I didn't go to the best school, that's why I'm like this? Or what? You have no reason. I think we don't have any reason why we should not become what we were created to become. And that is one great thing that I've learned from you, KaRungi. But my last question, final thing. Who is this artist who has inspired you so much? I have a reason why I'm asking this.
I don't know in what way.
Who have inspired you to do music, gospel music, and to be creative?
First of all, there's this lady called Tyre Smith. Back in the not very far away.
Don't worry, we'll not comment about your age.
A time like that, I remember the time when I was still just doing congregational worship. I would listen to Tyre Smith's stories, and I would listen to her music, and it really inspired me and pushed me to, do something great. And then in a personal kind of sense, Smart Keys has been a really big inspiration because he's someone that will push you he'll push you to the limits. He'll push you to the limits, and you find yourself growing. Like he pushes you, and he'll be like, And when you do something wrong, he'll be like, Chinochokoze ne danyabo. Another person is my mom. My mom, I think, if she had continued with music, she would be one of the best people. So I remember at the time I was like, I'm going to start where she stopped and keep going. Another thing that I forgot to say back then was my grandmom kept telling, she keeps on giving us this scripture. I've forgotten where it is from, but it says, do not conform to the patterns of the world, but renew your mind daily, and there you'll see, I think, what God wants for you is good. This scripture has kind of helped me to stay in line. And then the fact that God's will is God's bill. It's also helped me stay in line, because God has really provided. Where I lacked, He provided. Where I needed anything, He was there. And keeping in, even in the gospel industry where they say, you don't get money, you don't get what. I've been able to earn. I've been able to, get
something out of it.
Get something out of it.
Yeah.
And I am really grateful.
Wow, it is the Bucket Podcast. Now, as we wrap this up, I want KaRungi to just look into the camera and just give your last shots to a lady like you, is out there, is having this dream to do music one day. And they're like, man, that girl is my inspiration. But they don't know where to start from. They don't know what to do. What are those words that you can tell them not to give? Because some of them, when they don't know what to do, you decide, let me just give up. Why am I struggling with this? But I'm sure hearing your story from the start, yes, they were asking, how did you make it? How did you not give up? And you've told them. But again, in your last words, what do you have to tell that young lady or even a gentleman who's out there?
First of all, just start.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing as hard as starting in the first place. People, I remember there's a friend of mine that was telling me he has some songs written down somewhere and he hasn't gotten, the guts to like put them out there because he's scared they might not like them, they might like them. When I wrote Jesus, I wasn't sure it was ready. When I wrote Beautiful, I wasn't sure it was ready. But the fact that I put it out there and I started, you need to take the step, the leap of faith. And then you'll see how God amazes you. God's will is God's will. If it is meant to be, it will be. If it is meant for you, if it is meant to be yours, it will be yours. So just take the step of faith, walk out into the water, keep your eyes on Jesus and on God. Keep your eyes on God and you will walk on that water.
Wow, thank you so much. Yes, Laban, your last words as we come to the close of this podcast.
I think KaRungi has said it all.
Yeah.
Go for it. You have no reason to give. Wake up, go for it. Yep.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's Laban. Laban talks like as if he has packed a Lamborghini out
there. In the spirit is packed somewhere.
You don't know. You don't know his building, UK Mall?
UK Mall.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure. I've been inspired, KaRungi. Thank you so much for
And I have won the game.
What did you ask for?
I don't know. I have won the game because I played the last card.
All right, guys, thank you so much. This is the Packet Podcast. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. We love you. God bless.